Hello everyone and welcome to Stavanger on the southwest coast of Norway. We're here for the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013. Stavanger is the oil capital of Norway. It has a real international feel, but the venue for the Europeans is the impressive SCO-NOR Arena, which opened in 2010. Facilitates ice hockey and speed skating, as well as the curling, and that's what we're here for. We've reached women's draw 8, and our featured game is Scotland against Norway. Contrasting fortunes for both these countries in this round-robin event as they shake hands. You're listening to Alison Walker. I'm joined in the commentary position by Logan Gray. Live commentary throughout this match for you. And let's check the team lineups for Scotland. The lead, Claire Hamilton. At second, Vicky Adams. Anna Sloan plays third. The Scottish skip, Eve Muirhead. And the lineup for Norway, the lead, Julie Schell-Molnar. Camilla Holt at second. Annalene Skarsmoen is the third. Hello. And Marianne Rorvik is the Norway skip. And there's a reminder of the standings. Impressive stuff from the Scots and the Swiss. 7 games played, 7 games won. And right at the tail end, disappointing for Norway, just the 1 win so far in this round robin. So huge incentive for them to move up the rankings, move up the standings. There's the other games going on in the arena this afternoon. Sheet A, Russia against Switzerland. On B, Sweden, Latvia. C focuses on the Czech Republic and Germany. And on Sheet E, Denmark and Italy. Stone colours, the Scots with the reds, Norway with the yellows. As we get underway. And Logan, what about the fortunes of both these teams going into this? Well, the Scots have switched off a little bit, perhaps, knowing that they're all the way.
No, I think the page playoff system, its introduction gives them something to play for right to the finish for every team. They want to finish as high in the round robin as possible, and it gives them extra benefits when it comes to the page playoffs. First place in the round robin is not yet secured. They're on 7-0, but so are Switzerland, so they need to keep pushing right to the end of this round robin to make sure that they get that first spot. And of course they do play each other in the last game of the round robin, so this game might not mean too much to Scotland, but still they'll want to maintain their momentum. Really have been like a freight train through this round robin, taking big ends all over the place.
Bit of a testing game last night against Sweden, but another very polished, very professional performance in the end.
Just out of here.
Looking in really good shape. So if you're Norway, what are you thinking going into this?
Well, the Norwegians, we've seen glimmers of some good stuff from them, some really nice shot play, especially by Marianne Rorvik, but I don't think she'll be getting masses of support. Not a lot of great setup from our team, and she's been put in some really difficult spots, and quite often it's been quite erratic. They maybe play one really good end and then follow up with 3 or 4 poor ends.
She does have a bit of experience in her team. Just not quite gelling. Relatively new.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty varied Norwegian women's team every single season at the European Championships. And Denmark not here this year, first time in as long as, well,
Yeah, she was a fixture, wasn't she? She was the one consistent figure.
yeah, absolutely. Certainly, since since she came back from China, then she was always here at the Euros.
Keep it moving.
Cheers, Vicky Adams.
Take a look now. Line tight. Yep. Hard.
See that? What'd you get in that?
Det kommer med Gruyère.
Ja.
Second player for Norway,
Yeah.
Holt,
Ja!
4 Euro, 19 years.
Hard! Helt in! Kom igjen!
Hurling.
Hard!
Snarrow Hurling Club. She's the bank advisor.
This is her first international appearance since 2006 at the Europeans.
Litt inni sliden, sa hun.
Long-term teammate of the great Dordy Nordby.
Inni sliden. Når du prøver.
She was Jordi as her sporting hero.
Three! Legs wide! Three! Just here! Three! Line back! Line back clear! Clear! Yep! Hard! Hard! Clear! Hard! It's good! Go, 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 go!
This is really extra work in the gym, pays dividends.
Keep going! Well slept, guys.
Sweeping
Well slept.
all those calories.
Nesten halve. Litt under halve. Det holder det med vant. Ja.
So some good setup here from Scotland. The only thing they would probably prefer is that these stones are a little bit closer to the centre line.
A reminder to those who play for you. 6 cents minimum, 73 minutes for each team.
Ja, vent den. Ja!
Interaction, the clock continues.
Ja! 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 Kom igjen! Hard! Kom igjen, dere får forbi! Kom igjen! Kom igjen! Kom igjen! Åh!
Just the faintest of rubs on both red stones.
Fart der, strøken.
And I did say that they wanted those red stones a little bit closer to the centre line. Norway have just pushed them over, both over a couple of inches. So now this is a glorious chance for Scotland to really turn up the heat on Norway early in this 8th round matchup.
Third player for Scotland on this loan.
6! Hard for
22.
line! 5! Hard for line! 4! Hard! It's big! Hard! Whoa. Okay, keep there. Well swept, guys.
So it just comes up a little bit short of its intended target, but still in a useful position, controlling the centre of play and that 4-foot circle.
I did notice in this European Championship that the sweeping has become a much bigger part of the Scotland team's game. And when it's done right, what an advantage it is.
Yeah, sweeping's actually something that we've never really trained on before in Scotland. It's not something that's really been practiced, but just over the last couple of seasons it's really become a big focus of the British curling squad, and why shouldn't it have been all this time? It's such a massive part of the game, and by becoming better sweepers you give your players so much more room for error in how they actually throw the stone. So
Watch it when it comes to starts to break. Okay.
situation they can't hit and roll and get shot. Okay, that's good. Whoa, easy, easy. Good. Good. Sit, guys. What was that? Okay.
Well, that's a nice shot by Anna Sloan to have Scotland lying 2 here in the first. And I think a smart call as well by Eve Muirhead. Didn't want to give Norway a chance to score 2 in this first end. They do have to play a very tough shot here. It's quite a difficult shot that Marianne Roervik's called here. She could try and peel the 2 stones out front of the house here and open up the centre to make sure she's got a shot to score one. And maybe a little bit heavy.
That's been a characteristic of the Norway games that I've certainly seen over this week.
Yes, just not erring on the right side. You can be tight with that shot and push the red onto the yellow and it'll go into the house. But you cannot afford to be on the white side there and just get no result whatsoever. And so often it's having the experience to know how to miss shots, knowing what the tolerance is when you're sitting in the hack to maybe not make the perfect shot, but you need to have a good second option in your head.
Yeah, almost cut your losses.
Poenget med det å ligge 3 der. Topp der. Eneste jeg ser, det kommer som skjorta. Eller bak der, ja. Da må jo ta den. Det kommer som.
Okay, so Scotland in really good shape here. Line 2. And Marianne Roervik's going to try and get her draw weight here. Have a little practice one because she's probably going to have to draw with her last one as well.
Bare dragninga, tror jeg. Ja. Æsj. Kilan, det køler skjorta der på slutten, altså det går virkelig sidelengs, så må være med helt. Ja. Er det like glatt der som oppover her, eller er det litt tregere? Nei, det er litt tregere. Bitte litt tregere. Ja.
So the Norwegian skip Marianne Roervik.
Håper det er litt glatt der, da. Neida! Til linjen! Ja, på retning! Kom igjen! Kjempelinje!
Torgen Ergaard, who's in the Norwegian men's team. They have 2 children. Gosh, I bet they are good curlers. Or they will be good curlers.
Well, there's no doubt that their parents are good curlers, but that wasn't a good shot from Marianne Roervik. She's tried to put the come around there and probably should have earned on the long side. She's just even more blocked the way into the house for her last stone.
She's made it more difficult for herself. And the way Scotland are playing, you just can't play those kinds of shots.
Yeah, and the problems soon start to multiply when you start to miss shots. Then you find yourself playing harder and harder shots to try and get yourself out of the situation. And while Scotland are making the shots, then they're playing easier and easier shots. So this should be a straightforward here for Eve, just looking for something in around the 8-foot circle to block the out-turn drop. And it's going to be difficult for Norway to score here if Eve puts a good one in.
Scotland turning the screw immediately in this first end.
Pretty good here. They don't want to curl it too much at the end. Good enough to lie for it and blocks that out-turn drawer. Certainly makes it a lot more difficult.
So the Scots have done all they can to make life as difficult as possible for the Norwegian skip. She has to find a way around and through to get just the one shot, but there's an awful lot in her way.
Well, the question here, Alison, is do you play the draw around the outside of that redstone laid by Eve and risk going out into some potentially unknown ice conditions, or do you play the tap up the centre line on that Yellowstone that Marianne Rørvik just played?
What would you do?
It's a very good question. I don't think I'd be that thrilled to have to be playing a shot like this in the first end. But they could have been a little bit more defensive earlier on and really opened up the centre of play. I think I would be tempted to keep the stick to the path that I know and play the tap up the centre line here. Just has to push it a couple of feet to only lose 2.
So what's her worry here in terms of the way she plays if she elects that shot?
Well, I think the worry is just a little bit of the kind of unknown of the weight, and you certainly don't want to push it right through the house.
It is only the first end. They haven't quite, although they've had practice on the ice and the sheet.
Well, they'd like to take a lot of ice, is the only thing I would say for the tap.
A bit of a lift certainly if they could make it.
Actually looking pretty good here. Well, that's actually a pretty good shot just to cut them to 2.
It was a good effort from Marianne Rørvik. It could have been an awful lot worse for Norway. It was the right shot to play. Scotland have got 2. Great start for them. After one end, Scotland 2, Norway 0. Into this second end. A featured game, Scotland against Norway, top against bottom in this round robin. Both teams still with plenty to play for different reasons. Norway desperate to get more wins on the board, particularly in their own country with their fans here. The men's team get a lot more of the spotlight.
So already Norway find themselves in the back foot. They had the hammer in the first end, but Scotland playing a really good start to the game to steal 2. Eve looks like she's strutting about pretty confidently out there just now. The reigning world champions.
Yep, they look very relaxed, the Scotland team, and know exactly what they have to do.
Such an over curl. Jesus. Okay.
Okay, nice weight. Well,
Okay, so doesn't manage to get that one to stick on the centre line and protect that redstone. So I'm sure Mariana Rorvik will be keen to move that now.
Jeg viser litt tydeligere fart. Ja, det gjorde det. Det er veldig bra. 68. Men 68. Ja. Jeg ble hakkeløs da. Hvordan er det? Even 20, I think.
Yeah, even 20.
Slow at all.
I got 10 from Claire.
As long as lines.
Okay, so another mistake from Norway there. Over curls and actually pushes that red Scottish counter into the house.
It's more like it. Happier with that one.
Yeah, they would like to get that just a few inches further over, but certainly still enough to put some pressure on Norway.
Good back.
Good. Yeah, well looked at. Gunnar. Ta Gunn. Få den inn. Kom igjen. Kom igjen. Rett da. Rett da.
Okay.
Even top 12.
Yeah.
If I can get right around in there.
Okay, I got. No,
What's
feel
it?
Yeah.
It's like 20 then.
Yeah. Maybe 15, 20.
That's the number you have to do. It's a big one.
Okay. Go 15.
Vi får prøve ikke opp. Rescue mission. Du heter min neste du.
Okay, so here's Vicky Adams coming around on the end turn, and Norway are just making a complete hash of this at the moment. Just not enough shots getting executed, and they're not even making half shots at the moment, and that's got to be extremely worrying for the Norwegians. They have lost six games in a row now.
And you're right about that. It works the other way if you're on a losing streak. And losing 2 in the first end when they had the hammer won't have helped either. Just need a couple of things to just go their way almost to get the confidence levels back up again. But they're facing one of the best teams of in the world, so it's a big ask.
Well, it removes one of the redstones from the front of the house, but it's now opened up the out turn drop. I think Norway really need to make sure they find a way to score in this second end, or very quickly the game could start to run away from them. You really don't want to fall more than 2 shots behind Eve. So good at running the games home.
Just wait! Just wait! Line's good! Yeah!
And Scotland won't care whether they win
Just wait!
9-0,
Line's really good!
9-2, 9-5, as long as they win. They'd be happy to get it over and done with.
Oh, and this one looks pretty good here. They can get right in and freeze on top of that redstone. Super draw by Anna Sloan.
Scotland again with the advantage in this end. Norway really could do with something working out. And that one didn't help too much either. Still 2 reds in the house.
Okay, so does a pretty good job of just moving things around a little bit. But still Scotland in a commanding position in this second end.
6, 7. I think we need to go back then. Okay, whoa. Yeah. Go.
Good communication there from Vicky Adams. She made it quite clear that the weight was a little bit more than they called for, and they would have to go for a plan B. No point in letting that one curl down onto the red and bouncing off it and setting up an easy double takeout. They decided to make the early call that it was heavy, and you've changed the decision to sweep it to the back of the 8-foot to make the best of the shot.
Yeah, get it out of the way a wee bit.
Oh, a good shot there by Scarsmoen. Again, Scotland doing a good job with the stone positioning. They're always leaving stones around the front of the house that Scotland can come around.
Norwegians certainly not dispirited.
Yeah, they've always seemed like they're having fun all week and enjoying themselves, despite whatever's happening on the ice. They really threw one away last night. There were 3 up coming down the last end, gave up 3 and then lost in the extra.
That was the late show, wasn't it? With a decent sized crowd watching. Last game on in the evening.
We're 8. We can't just sit here, guys. We can't just sit here.
And another sore one for them.
Yeah. Yeah, go, Becky. Go. Hard. Okay.
Well, not one of Eve's better ones. She's them close to the middle of the circles, but completely releases the pressure off the Norwegians by going past the tee line. And now Norway can try and play a freeze on that back red. Other option would be to come around that Yellowstone and try and put one on the tee line and behind the cover. A slightly more difficult shot, but maybe a little bit more reward.
Er vi på 75 da?
Ja, gjerne.
85.
6. Ja. 6 er bra fart. Kom igjen.
Det er fin linje.
Kom igjen.
Ja.
Kom igjen.
Ja. Kom igjen da.
Kom igjen.
Kom igjen. Jeg er forbi. Kom igjen.
Kjempeting.
And again, that's a disastrous shot by Marianne.
Nothing is working out for them. Everything's short or long or long. It's just... And then when they are given a little window of opportunity, they can't take advantage.
Yeah, and it's something that we've talked about a lot in my team is when you're coming around the centre guards and you've got the last stone, then you just can't afford to make mistakes or you're going to get punished. That one there, a little bit short, a little bit tight. Leaves up a centre guard, and now Eve's going to throw almost exactly the same draw. And she can make a slight adjustment here, and Marianne Rorvik's going to have an absolute nightmare trying to score. So, believe me, Marianne Rorvik is a good player. She's just maybe a little bit out of sorts right now.
And a wee bit low in confidence, perhaps.
Heads up. Heads up. Line's good. Becky, you need to finish it.
Again, Team Scotland looking to make it as difficult as possible
Whoa, Becky, whoa, Becky. Just leave it there.
for their opponents.
Okay, good. Okay, that's fine.
Well, a pretty good shot. Don't quite get the line right.
Okay.
And either Mariana's going to have to play a tap into the forefoot once again, or there's a double available on the two reds closest to the button. And she could stick around and lie lie one from that.
Vi har dobbel. Så har vi den.
And she played the tap-in before in the first end.
Gjør hva du føler
Ja. Går det mest å gå på den?
Ja, men da gjør du det.
Fordi der treffer utsida og ruller ut. Det er liksom ikke noe...
Which is the safest
men-
option, neither of them.
I hvert fall, det har vi funnet ut nå. Det var der jeg sikta litt inni.
They're both difficult shots.
På den. For vi får ikke
It
dratt
depends how
opp,
much they can see of that red stone from the hack.
Nei, for dobbelen er så lite å gå på. Eller er det som bare
Jeg
kjapt, da?
syns hun skal ta den der
Tappen, tror du ikke den er der nå? Det
Jo.
var nesten det.
Ja, der.
Men det er litt mindre, da.
Ta den hele
Vi må jo ha litt mer.
Ja.
Bare
Litt
ta
mer
den.
fart. Det blir bra.
Og vi får tappen. Ja. Den dobbelen, nei, ser ikke så lett.
Nei, det var greit vi ikke så på den, altså. Så vi er flere om
Den er
saken.
den, ja.
Du kan ikke si at jeg ikke får like steiner å gjøre hver gang. Nå er det en stein mindre is, da. Og så har jeg jo planer om å spille litt mer fart.
Ja, det er fint.
Hva hadde dere på forrige?
90.
Hæ?
85-90, hadde du ikke det?
Ok, da må jeg ned på 80 i
Okay,
hvert
so
fall.
Ja.
looks like they are going to go after this red stone just played by Eve, but it won't be enough to just hit stick on that red. She will have to move the one at the back of the forefoot as well.
Ja. Nei, wow! Kjøle!
Oh, well, maybe not. They're actually going for the tap up here.
Kom igjen, da! Kom igjen, det er greit!
Line looks excellent.
Kom igjen!
How's the weight? Well, just over curls a fraction, and it looks like it's going to be a steal of 2 for Scotland once again.
Very similar scenario to the previous end. A tap-in just not quite working. They're just checking. It is 2. Consecutive steals for Scotland. It's a tough road ahead for Norway in this one. 4-0 down after 2 ends. And by contrast, Scotland women's team looking very assured and very composed and very happy.
See your second one, how it ran on?
Yeah.
It didn't even look as though you were that.
No,
positive,
no, I
right?
didn't.
That's why we thought. And
Yeah.
you did the same that
Like-
way as well.
Yeah, no, I didn't definitely.
Do you want to keep it or do you want me to take it?
Did we think that at the last?
I think it went deep the last time as well. Did you not take it?
It went here, didn't it?
But it was, did you play it into the corner the second time? That didn't run on, but that was a new track. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll keep it just now and we'll just keep an eye on it.
You're watching live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013, coming to you live from Stavanger in Norway. Live commentary from me, Alison Walker, and Logan Gray, bringing you the featured game in this session, Scotland against Norway. And if you're a Scotland fan, your team are off to the best possible start. 4-0 up after 2 ends. Consecutive steals in ends 1 and 2.
Also, it's straightening up
And
too.
the Scots certainly in great shape.
Totally straightening up.
Norway, well, something
think
needs to
that's
happen
good
for
to
them
see.
to get them back on track.
I'm hungry. How is this even possible?
But psychologically into the third end, 4-0 down. It's not good, Logan, is it?
No, it certainly is not. It's been a pretty shambolic performance so far from the Norwegians. Just not executing the shots. And I don't think they're nominating particularly smart ones either. When they play the last one, you want to take a little bit of risk to try and score 2 to make the advantage count when you do have the last one, but you need to consider keeping the centre open a little bit more to make sure you can get in there and score your 1. And that's what their problem has been so far. Not only in their shot selection, but also their shot execution, just clogging up the centre anytime they miss. They're missing in the wrong spots, and Scotland are making them pay for it.
Wait's good. Wait's good. 3. Only if you have to. Line's good. Just 3, 4. Whoa. Line on, man.
Just short. We want it short.
Line on, man.
Vicky. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Good, Claire.
Whoa. Whoa. Perfect. Good.
Good.
Nice shot.
Well looked after. Where'd you get on that?
Up there.
Yeah. It's in there.
Aktiv.
Okay, so here's Julie Charmona.
Ja! Kom igjen! Kjempelinje! Kom igjen! Kjemperett!
Trying to play the come around.
Hvor lang er
Once again, it's that same mistake, Alison.
Bare å gå i, da. Ei, ei, ei.
Leaving one short of the rings and on the centre line, and that's only going to play into Scotland's hands.
You just wonder about the thought processes after it's been happening time and time again.
Make sure you're right into it. Do some cocktails, you're fine.
Very easy for us up here, of course, to bestow judgment. And the Scots are playing extremely well.
Wait's good!
Only if you have to.
Wait's pretty good! 7!
Yeah, absolutely, Alison. The
6!
Scottish are playing extremely clinically.
Line only!
Line's perfect.
Go for me!
Let it
go.
line's really good.
Claire,
It's
clean!
bumping, it's bumping.
All there.
So looks like a really nice shot from Vicky Adams.
I looked after. What'd you get on that?
Ah,
Yeah.
so Norway once again in a total mess. The Scottish front end are really taking their Norwegian opposition to the cleaners.
Prøv å følge dem ut, da. Ja. 40, da. 40, ja. 40.
Ren! Ja! Ja! Her! Ja! 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 Kom igjen! Her! Kom igjen! Tørt! Feil! Vi må treffe tjukt. Kom igjen, og så gul ut. Stopp. Det er tjukt.
Var nesten nærmere vann, faktisk.
Den i huset.
Ja.
Top 12, Brenda.
Ja, ja.
Top 12.
Ja, gjør den. Ja, den gjør det.
Well, Eve really having a good look at this situation, thinking, how do we make this situation any better for ourselves? It's like by putting a stone down there, then you could just make things easier for the Norwegians.
Or we go long.
Yeah, or that.
Long.
Yeah. Like 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. It's all positive.
Well, Eve deciding that offense is the best form of defense here. Throwing up another guard, despite her 4-shot lead.
Wait's good.
I gave that a bit.
3, 2.
4. I think you're all there. Can't go for weight. 4. Never. No, guys, no. Carl.
Curl. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
That
that's not a
works.
very good shot from Vicky Adams. And I hope we'll see Marianne Rorvik try and open this up a little bit. That's absolutely the red stone that she needs to move.
Kan du prøve å smelle ned og få med en?
Ja.
Vil du kjøre på fart, eller?
Ja. 12? Ja.
Well, Camilla Holt
Vekk!
throwing the big spinner
Vekk!
on this peel. Be good if she could move the yellow guard as well.
Nei. Ligge i en corner, da.
Okay, so we've got a couple of corner guards here.
Ja, men...
He's going to throw a guard once again. This just does just show how confident Eve is at the moment. both herself and her team to execute these draws and guards well, even with a 4-shot lead. Often you don't want to put more stones in play when you are well ahead in the game, because the opposition are going to be playing that much more attacking and taking so much more risk that you could just let them back in. But continuing to play attackingly.
Oh, there's something under that. There's something under that.
Ryan's a little tight.
She'll have assessed what's happening with the opposition as well,
Clear. 3, 4.
and how they're playing.
Well, just heard Anna saying that she thinks there's something under it, so obviously felt like something was dragging the stone when she was pulling out, when she was pushing out the hack.
Whoa, whoa, never. Good. Good there, well swept, guys.
That's fine.
You see me try and go like that?
It kind of turned just to let it go.
Let's see what's happening elsewhere on sheet A. Russia against Switzerland. They're into the third end. No scoring so far. And we see Darova, the Russian skip with the last stone.
Whoa, нет.
It's a busy house.
Så må det bli sent der
Du
nede.
drar bare ny guard, liksom, hvis du tar den, så drar
So
du bare en ny
it
guard.
could be a
og så
score of
det
2 for Russia.
på samme.
We'll get confirmation of that. Russia on 4 wins and 3 losses, playing the perfect Swiss on 7-0, and a must-win game for Russia.
Hvis vi bare tar det her.
3 other teams on 4 wins and 3 losses, and maybe not a must-win game for Russia, but certainly one that would put them in a good position for the playoffs.
And they are expected to be there, the current European champions.
Men da må du spille 10-fart da, så får de koste litt.
Yeah, the current European champions, Russia, they lost their first 2 games, of course. Bounced back well, winning 4 of the next 5, so they need to keep the momentum going and try and turn over 2012 world champion Mary Mott.
And it was indeed 2 for Russia
Ja, spill 10. Ja, 10.
after 3 ends. Back in our feature game, commanding 4-0 lead for Scotland over Norway.
I tilfelle.
And Norway in all sorts of bother in this match as a whole.
For meg da?
Ja, 70-75.
70.
Ja, 70-75.
Det er godt sida til det.
Ja, kan være det, ja. Ja, 70. Ok, 75.
Vent litt! Vekk litt, du strekker. Ok, ja!
Må gå!
Ok, bare fart.
Alltid.
Ingen retning.
Helst ikke på fart.
Ingen retning ennå.
Ikke på fart. Det kostet litt mye. Ja, vi kostet litt mye.
Annalena Skarsgård just
Det var helt riktig fart.
drawing up alongside these 2 red stones. I think we'll see Eve just get rid of that one. I don't think Eve really wants to move that red stone that's lying in shot position at the moment.
Like 80, like positive half.
Really hard!
Oh, I think Anna Sloan might have just dropped this one a little bit, and it's over curling. So that yellow is actually lying in shot position. And that's a big let off from Anna Sloan, not really anywhere close to making the called shot. Heard as soon as Anna let that stone go, then the brush is down.
Ja, skråfrys på den.
Da er det bedre på fingrene. Ja. Men den skal 80.
So it's still really difficult for Norway to score 2.
70. Det blir litt hardere.
Samme.
Ok, vent litt.
Nei, bakom!
8. 8.
Den er litt tung.
8. 8.
Jeg vet ikke helt hva jeg skal gjøre med den.
8.
Maybe just want to
10.
freeze that top red, or it's actually quite a nice shot
Ja.
by Annalena Skarsmoen.
Den så du veldig raskt. Det var veldig fint.
Does leave a double takeout though.
Vi skokka selv.
Det var bedre kort enn lang. En liten sånn der, litt innside der, så er det...
Things can still change for Norway.
Yeah, it's actually quite a straightforward double for Eve. That red guard on the right hand side isn't really on play.
Even if you do lose, it's no disaster.
Keep my
Wise
weight
words
up.
from Anna Sloan.
Well, like solid.
Solid, okay.
But yeah, I think Eve can get much more across the face of that Yellowstone.
You would expect her to eat these two up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
With the way she's been playing throughout this week.
Oh, they're so close together, Alison. It should be a pretty easy shot. Got a long way to curl here though. Needs to get over centre.
Okay, that's good.
Finishes in a useful spot, and I think Norway are now going to have to try and guard for their lives here.
Yellow one's still in there, hanging in there for them.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Eller så ut som en bøyde foran.
Jeg vet ikke er det noe lurt å garde senter med tifle, men jeg ser ingenting annet.
Nei, da gjør vi det.
Ja. Det er i tifle en sånn perfekt frys mellom de to der, men det er null marginer da.
Ja. Det er helt greit for meg.
Ja.
Men
Så tar de bare den rett ned.
hvor høy skal den være?
Nei, den behøver...
Helst liksom 2 da, så ikke hun kan bruke den til å kippe ned.
Ja, men hvis den ligger 2, så går hun bare rundt den.
Ja.
Så det er
There is a wee bit of discussion.
2-3.
2-3, ja.
Ja.
Og litt til starten, for de kommer nok på slutten.
90.
Mariana
Hold den litt oppi deg først, for det kører
Norvik.
mye på slutten. 3, 2, 1,
looking to protect what she has.
1, 2, ja. Kom igjen da! Ja. Bare fart. 2, 2. Over linja da.
Well, they've just scraped this one over the hog.
Ja, ja, ja! Go!
Have they done enough to prevent Eve?
Jeg vet ikke om det var noe lurt.
Nei, finn ut da.
I would say it's too long.
Den var litt lang.
Eve will be able to come around that yellow guard with the quality of the ice conditions. She can come down, gets lots of curl at the end, and then raise the red onto the yellow.
Because that's pretty long.
This shot, all about the weight really. Just want to throw it a kind of a backline weight, push it up.
It's going to curl a hell of a lot past that guard.
It's as easy as that.
Yeah. So like what, 90?
Yeah. Yeah. Anna was pretty firm.
Anna was pretty firm, yeah. Like a firm 90.
Aye, Anna started hers up here.
Hack! Wing well done!
Whoa, whoa, off.
Clean. Easy hack! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Easy hack! Whoa!
They want to get pretty close to the guard here.
Yeah!
This looks awfully good. Look at the swing on this. Super shot here by Eve Muirhead. Pushes it all the way through to lie 3. And Mariana Rorvik is in so much trouble right now.
Yep, couldn't have asked for any more from Eve Muirhead there. Absolutely spot on. Great position for the Scots. Those 4 reds.
I was going to shout them, pretend that guard's not there.
It is pretty high when you look at it.
Pretty close to that guard.
Curled them nice after.
See it swinging now. Well executed from the Scotland skip. See how close it was.
Yep, terrific ice conditions here in the Surmark Arena provided by Mark Shurek and his team.
Curling, absolutely no question of that.
Kom igjen da!
Big effort from the sweepers. But it's going to over curl, and they don't want to push that red too far. So it's a steal of 3 now for Scotland.
Another heavy loss in an end for the Norwegians.
Du må jo hele tiden dra
Ja, ja.
på 4-5, da, så du
Ja, ja.
trenger ikke å være så bekymret for det.
Tough going for them. But Scotland march on.
Det er litt tungt. Det er litt løst.
After 3 ends, Scotland 7, Norway 0.
Ganske mye tregere når vi dro oppover for siste. Ja.
It's a tough out. Norwegians going into this 4th end. Is there any way back for them, Logan?
In a word, no. I've not seen anything to suggest that
Line's good.
Norway are even going to score in this game, never mind recover a 7-shot deficit. They really need to start doing a better job with positioning their stones, and
Easy.
when it comes to making the shots, they don't need to make perfect shots, but they need to miss them in the right spots if they are going to miss. And that's not what they've done in this game. They've missed in all the wrong places, and they're playing against a very confident Scottish team who have been extremely clinical all round robin. And they've really punished Norway in this first 3 ends.
But they have to be professional, keep concentrated and see the game out too, so can't afford to be complacent.
Well, absolutely, and they've been doing this all weekend. It's hard work to defend a lead for a whole match. They've taken 5 in a couple of the first ends of the games, and it's really hard to run a game home for 9 ends. They actually took 5 off Czech Republic in the first end of that match, and it still went to the final stone, so maybe that's why we're seeing them being a little bit more aggressive in this game. Despite having a big lead, they want to try and kill the game off a bit quicker and make things a bit easier on themselves.
Yeah, don't let teams come back at them.
Line's good. Well, see if you can.
Keep positive and aggressive.
Line's good if you just leave it.
Needs to pull up.
Yeah, and the less curling they play during the round robin, hopefully the fresher that they'll be when it comes to the playoff stages too. So.
Nice move. Yeah.
Good stats for Claire Hamilton, 82% throughout the tournament. The lead absolutely crucial in any curling team. Sets you up for the rest of the end, no question.
Bra kostnads. Litt til! Enda litt til.
Bra, Kosta.
De blir fine, og det er veldig bra
74%
Kosta.
for Julie Scher Molnar. Couldn't quite get the high fives there.
Yeah, accuracy off even on the most simple of tasks.
Just having a real off day, but I think it's a lot to do with the way Scotland are playing. They've really had such a professional approach this week, and they've just got better and better each game.
Gjerne køle! Gjerne hit. Er der.
Bare hit.
Er der. Kølen faktisk er akkurat der. Ja.
Er bra midt?
Ja, bra spilt. Nå følte jeg at jeg kom ut veldig løst. Hva hadde dere? 4?
Clean. Just clean.
Good stats for Vicky Adams too, 82%. for the tournament.
Microphone came off.
Okay.
Coming off the guards.
Vent litt, Simon.
Real Holt only playing 65% for the tournament. It's not really good enough.
Ja! Kom igjen! Kom igjen! Hardt! Kom igjen! Bare litt lykkere. Ikke ligger her.
Fy faen, så kjørte.
Litt løs. Ja. Det bremser litt når den ikke begynner å køle, så...
Jeg mistet all farten når den begynte å køle.
Bra forsøk, Camilla.
Ja. Ja.
Okay. Right.
I think it'll finish.
What are we thinking? 15.
Just a pause. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again we're playing aggressively, despite having a 7-0 lead. Hannah Sloan having a really good tournament, playing 80% at third.
Line's good. Well, just leave it. Just
Line's
leave
really
it.
close.
Yep. Line on there. Yes. Hard. Good line. Hard, guys. Whoa. Okay.
I think that picked.
Well, it picked in the last end as well, Anna, so maybe you should change it.
Just wait.
Pretty sure it was the same stone she threw in the last end, and she said when she was sliding out she thought it was picking, so when a third or a skip player finds a stone that's maybe a little bit different to the rest, unless you know exactly what it's going to do, you know how you can handle it, then you need to pass it down to the front end. Yes. Okay, so Marianne Rurvik just setting up for this heel. Going to try and open up the centre play, which is what they've failed to do so far in this game.
They really could do with something going for them to get things set up, and that is not the way to do it.
Jeg burde jo ha myntere på det, men det er jo der Mina stopper. Mine to høybommer.
See what else is happening. Sweden against Latvia, fourth end. On sheet B. One apiece at the moment. And another stone sailing through.
Yeah, more mistakes in the women's competition. We've seen a lot of mistakes this week.
Petar en så där.
Anna Sloan in the Scotland game.
Det är bara unset mera fart.
Ja.
Line on there.
Lite mer fart, va?
Jag får lite mindre.
Okay, so a good spot here for Eve to throw the guard.
Really good.
Whoa, let's stop.
Well, line's perfect. Good. Yeah.
And here's Maria Pritz with her final stone of the fourth end. Just needs to push this red into the forefoot to score two. It's got a lot of curling to do.
Tror du køler litt her, altså?
Just watching, I'm right behind the line of this stone. It's not going to actually touch that red. It's going to sail straight through.
It didn't really turn at all there, did it? Almost the same line as the previous skip.
Well, it kind of feels right now like Scotland's the only team out there that's actually making any shots.
After four ends, Sweden 2, Latvia 1.
Fin fart. Fin fart, Mine. Bra forsøk.
Well, I think that's another miss from Norway. It's like they're throwing the stones down. They are blindfolded at the moment. This result very much looks like a formality. It's Norway just showing absolutely nothing in this game that's going to get them back into it.
Not even a glimmer of hope for the Norwegians from their play. I think I can only remember a couple of half-decent shots that they've had.
Line's good.
Unlike the Scottish skip,
Stay close.
doing about her business.
Just wait. Line's good. Line's good. 8, 7. Line only. Right up to that. Yep.
81% for a skips. Super curling.
Okay, goodie. Okay.
And that's probably largely down to why Scotland are just been so
I kind of get that
superior in this round robin. I've got to say, Alison, I think there's a real gap starting to develop even within the A group. The weaker teams in the A group, in the women's competition especially, they're not getting any better. They're not necessarily putting any training in, but the top countries who are in contention for medals at the Olympics, they've already qualified for the Olympics as well. They're dedicating so much time at the moment, and it's really showing on the ice.
Yeah, they're stretching away, aren't they?
So we were talking about the likes of Scotland, Sweden, Russia, and Switzerland. I would say they're the 4 key teams that are really showing how good they are, and the rest of them are all very
much of a muchness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The 4 powerhouses in women's curling in Europe anyway, aside from Canada and the United States. Now we have a timeout here.
Yeah, but on the same token, the ones at the bottom of the A group, they aren't really getting any better, but all the nations in the B group, they seem to be getting better and better as they develop their curling knowledge.
A lot of the newer countries as well that have just been introduced to curling, just new nations to the sport, inspired by the Olympics and wanting to be involved. And what can the coach of Norway say to his girls at the moment that can make a difference?
Well, this is Stig Højberg, who won the bronze medal for Norway in 1998 with Tormod Andreasen, who is Lynn Githmark's father. And Stig is the father of Marcus Højberg, who's the alternate for the Norwegian team this week. And Marcus is in a relationship with Julie Schar-Molinar in the team as well, so lots of links for you today, Alison.
Keep it in the family.
Okay, so I'm sure Stig came out and said, for God's sake, girls, let's get a point on the board at least here. So open up the centre of play and let's not lose another steal here.
You want to take something from the game, some positives, even though you are up against real quality opposition.
Yeah, and actually I think they'll want to build towards their last game. They're playing against Latvia in the last round of the round robin, and that's a massive game. If they can win that one, they could well leapfrog Latvia on ranking and somehow get out of this European Championship staying in the A group. So they'll want to build some confidence. Mariana Ruvik only playing 60%.
That's a reflection of the team though, isn't it? As a whole.
Just gets caught in between spraying the 2 on the centre line and the shot on the button.
Jeg tror kanskje siste blir litt vanskelig likevel. Ja.
You have to play a minimum of 6 ends, remember.
You can't take the time off if you wanted. Yeah. Pile them in.
So still some way to go, and still measure of pride attached. that was going to catch the yellow there. It's a
There's a
whisker.
red right there. Yeah. Jeez. I want to nick that.
Well, almost curls too far. It comes right out the other side of that yellow guard, and they would have liked to just protect that stone on the button a little bit more. That being said, it does make the area for Marianne Rørvik to roll to a lot smaller if she does make contact with this red stone on the button.
Nei, det blir spennende å finne ut av.
Kjapp quality shot.
Ja,
Kanskje jeg må ned på hack.
Eve doesn't put, I think, in fact, Eve and Anna, they don't put masses of rotation on the stone, so they can be liable to getting a lot of curl. As the speed comes out of the stone, they can just drift and veer to the side rather than a much slower, kind of more natural curl that you would get from a stone that was spinning slightly more.
Det kommer liksom når du først begynner å curle, men
Of course, these stones are so aggressive as well. They're so sensitive to the different releases and the different amounts of rotation.
It's all to do with the two types of granite that they're made up of. The blue hone granite, which is on the running surface.
Looking like a pretty good line here.
bra, Marianne.
And Norway are on the board.
Fin fart. Bra, Gustav.
Yep, good final shot from Marianne Rørvik. A little bit of relief, I think, that they've managed to get a point.
Kjempebra.
Nothing has gone their way. They still trail after 4 ends. It's Scotland 7, Norway 1.
Well, I was actually going to say if you're not feeling well, sorry. Well, thank you, but-
Nå kan jeg spille. Da er den. Ja. 4-5, så skal jeg opp. It was not sure, I promise. Kom igjen. En først, eller er det 3 først? En først, da. Forsiktig, forsiktig. Bra. Da begynner vi med en kald beregning. Hørte dere skoen min når jeg reiste meg da? Hva? Skoen min når jeg reiste meg bare... Oi.
I don't think it'll be too bad.
Fifth end then of this, our featured match between Scotland and Norway.
Okay, lying a little tight. Yep.
Game 8 in the round robin. Scotland on their way to another win. 100% records so far.
Good.
Meantime, on sheet E, Denmark against Italy. Dame's 3-0 up. We're in the 4th end.
So here's Veronica Sapone. Throwing last stones for Italy. Already trailing by 3 shots, so needs a good one here. And this one's not going to curl enough. It looks like it's a steal of 2 for Denmark. And Denmark, they're going along quietly, but they're still very much in contention for the playoffs.
Had a couple of wobbles earlier in the week, but they're still in there. And they've got a decent lead over the Italians now.
Looking very much like Denmark are going to go to 5 wins now.
Yep. Hard. Okay, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. 6, 7. Whoa, 5, 6. Switch. Right leg. Get clear. No switch.
That's a really good draw from Claire Hamilton to get in behind that yellow at the top of the house.
I just need to get him, make the zone.
Quite a conventional call when you're well ahead in the game, and with last stone just to throw one to the wing with your first stone.
Still not easy to get it absolutely right, which she did. Scotland doing the basics very well indeed.
Kom igjen! Finere sving! Kjempelinje! Her! Ikke opp! Ikke opp! Ja, fortsett! Ja! Nå får vi gang! Kom igjen! Ja! Kom igjen! Her! Kom igjen!
Well, this looks like a cracking draw as well.
Bra kosting.
Much better setup play this end by the Norwegians. And Eve Muirhead doesn't like that, so she's going to peel off the centre and do what Norway have really failed to do in this game, and keeping things open when you've got the last stone.
While we're waiting for that, let's check Sheet A, Russia against Switzerland. Two of the really good teams we've been talking about. Last stone from Miriam Ott.
Yeah, this looks like a fun shot, and it looks pretty close too. How's your luck? Well, just hits a fraction too thin, I would say. Clips off the guard and rummels things around, but didn't work out exactly as planned. I think that might have only been a score of 1 for Switzerland.
We'll update you on that as soon as we know.
Yeah, it was a score of 1. So the score there, Russia 2, Switzerland 1, and it's half time.
We're in the 5th end in our featured game. Scotland against Norway, top against bottom. And that's been the story of the game so far.
Make sure to get in the top end.
Yeah, half.
There's the scores on the doors. The Russians and the Swiss.
Yep. No, no, no.
Two teams expected to be there the weekend.
Okay.
He's just saying, I didn't mean to shout there. Maybe just habit.
I'm sure the girls in our team are used to it. They know each other so well, this team. Lived and worked and breathed curling for more years than I care to remember.
Yeah, absolutely, and I dare say it's not anything like a football team where you maybe just go away for a trip to go and play a game of football and you get the bus back and then everyone goes their separate ways. You go away for a curling competition to Canada, say, you go and play 2 competitions back to back and you're spending 2 weeks together living in each other's pockets, so
You have to like each other.
I wouldn't say you need to like each other, but you have to be willing to get along at least. So it's
I think you have to like each other for that length of time, with the one end goal to win everything that's put in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not easy in curling to find 4 like-minded people who are willing to put in the same amount of effort and time, and also everyone liking each other. So it's something special that Eve Muirhead seems to have found with her teammates.
You generally find that the most successful teams are quite good friends, don't you?
Yeah, well, various team dynamics, and a sports psychologist would talk about kind of support, how you support each other. That a lot of that stuff just kind of comes naturally when you're friends with somebody. So it makes things a lot easier, but it's not to say that it can't be forced as well and learned over time. So it definitely makes things easier in the short term, though.
på seg.
Ja, det blir gøy.
Ja.
Vi gleder oss. Sånn da.
Husk på, mine garder er 4.
Skal vi dra rundt der, da? Eller?
Jeg tror det. Det kommer så mye som går,
Det er glass, da kan vi jo få dra dit på 90, hun da.
Ja.
Well, Marianne Rorvik's ready to deliver her first stone of this 5th end.
Dra rundt.
Dra rundt shotten på TIL her.
They've very much just been throwing guard up and
Ordentlig mye. Så det er bare å holde
they're getting
den ut
peeled
og holde
off.
fart inn, og så-
So this is quite an interesting situation here because Norway could make a play on that Yellowstone frozen on the one in the button. And if they did so, then there could be an opportunity to lie 3 in this end at some stage, and then one simple mistake with Eve Muirhead in her last stone and she could lose a couple maybe. We're actually trying to draw right around this yellow and red combo at the front. Oh, she's found a super line. Will it rear up?
Søren.
Just
Bra, fortsett med
slips too far.
Så mye for lang. Vi måtte for ikke gå i gul.
Ja, jeg vet det, at det køler mye.
Der er vi litt for kalde. Vi skal.
Certainly a better shot. Seeing a few things beginning to come together for the Norwegian team. I guess they've got nothing to lose now.
And actually we've seen this all week from Mariana. She'll miss some of the easiest shots, but she'll get really close to making some of the hardest shots. And I think that's a sure sign of her her class and her ability to make shots. It takes such a level of talent to make some of the hardest shots in the game, and just for whatever reason there's not a lot of confidence, and she just can't find the consistency to be able to compete with the likes of Eve Muirhead and Mary Mott.
She certainly still looks as if she's enjoying her curling, and that is absolutely essential.
Just 7. 7, guys.
Just wait.
Heads up.
Yep.
7, 6. 5, 6. Just 7. Mind you.
Just wait.
Where? 7.
Just
Just
wait.
7. Just here. Just here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, just here. Yep.
Tricky, yeah.
Yep. Hard. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
Terrific draw by Eve Muirhead.
Take that stone straight.
Well judged, guys.
Men jeg ser ikke noe.
Men
Må bare med samme fart, da.
Well, Eve just saying she thinks that's stone straight. It over curled in the last end. Sometimes players can start to question things and look for problems in the stones rather than in themselves.
I'm sure you've done it yourself, Logan.
Most games.
So you're trying to add things up in your own head as to what went right or what went wrong.
Well, generally, when you're trying to work out the difference between stones, you're looking for a trend across a few ends, probably. And for me, Eve's maybe just going on that one shot and thinking it didn't curl as much as she thought it would, but maybe it's just a straight spot in the ice. And as I say, in the last end, it did over curl, so.
Nei.
So it was a nice
Vær med.
stone from Mariana earlier, so let's see what she can come up with this time. Again, just centimetres away.
Yeah, and it's going to be a draw for 3 now for Eve Muirhead. She's going to come down the other side this time and not risk changing the situation on the other side. They're already lying to. So I think the outturn's the easiest shot anyway to score an extra point and could potentially take their scoreline into double figures.
I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think just
a wee bit.
Line's good.
Okay, so
Line's really good, guys.
keeping your head going for the out-turn draw here.
Line's good. Gotta go. 7.
I'll be looking for about a time of about 13 to 14 seconds for coming around onto the tee line. As you see, it's 14.1 and just a little bit light. So it will just be a score of 2 in the 5th end.
But that'll do them nicely.
So it's the halftime break here. And the players will nip off to get some goodies and have a chat with the coaching staff and their alternates.
And they're after 5, Logan. A reminder of the score. Scotland 9, Norway 1.
Well, it's really been one-way traffic in the first half of this game. First end, this was Marianne Rorvik playing a very difficult tap-up against 4 Scottish counters. Made a really nice attempt, but was only able to out-count 2 of those reds. And it would be a steal of 2 to start the game for Scotland. Third end, again a whole heap of red granite around the centre line, around the top of the forefoot. And Marianne Rorvik with an extremely difficult draw to try and score here in this third end. And no amount of brushing in the world could get this one past that top red. And count them up, 1, 2 and 3 for Scotland, and a 7-0 advantage after just 3 ends. And there was a positive in the start of this game for Norway. Here's Marianne Rorvik with a very nice tap back to score 1 in the 4th. Sticks in the forefoot and makes the scoreline 7 shots to 1. However, Eve Muirhead managed to pick up another deuce in the 5th end to make the scoreline 9 shots to 1.
That's why I kept you pen.
Let's just catch up with what's been happening elsewhere. This is Denmark against Italy, 5th end.
Yeah, and this is Veronica Sapone. Couple of good Danish counters in around the button, but this is a super draw from the Italian skip. And it's a score of 1 for Italy.
Had a chat with her on the bus last night going home, and she wasn't pleased with the way things have been going. And they're still up against it, as you can see. 5-1, 6th end. Denmark, Italy. It's Russia 2, Switzerland 1, Sweden 3, Latvia 1, Czech Republic 3, Germany 2, 6th end, and all of those. So that's a nice headband.
That's a nice girl, actually. That's my sister, Alison.
He's the alternate for the Scotland team. Important role.
Yeah.
Fruit there.
Well, I was going to say, I think she's providing a lot more in her role than just providing the fruit.
You don't see them play much, obviously, but their role is absolutely crucial in the team. The 5th man, the 5th woman.
You see very different body languages in the 2 camps at half-time. Norway, hands on hips, not really looking at one another, quite spread out. Head shaking. The Scottish team look much more content and focused, closer together.
And there are the stats, Logan. That just about says it all, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly does. You can't only play 56%. of your shots and expect to compete with anyone at this European Championships. Scotland playing 79%. Pretty good stuff from the Scots overall, but they're really not getting provided with much opposition in the first half of this game anyway.
The impressive Solmarket Arena, where all the action is happening. Eighth game in the round robin, and the Scots just looking to finish this off without too much bother. Claire Hamilton gets us back underway
Yeah, I think you need. Yeah, leave
in
it.
this sixth end. Live coverage. You're listening to Alison Walker and Logan Gray. Watching a very professional performance from Scotland. Undoubtedly one of the favourites for this title. In such an important year for curling, leading up to the Olympics in Sochi next February. Norway will still want to finish in decent fashion to show they have a bit of a challenge even in this final end, which it might be.
Well, Alison, I think this could well be the final end. Norway have just not managed to get anything going whatsoever, and I think that they're just stringing out their own execution here. Claire Hamilton having a good game, playing 89%.
Line's just 4.
Vicky Adams might have just choked in her chewing gum there when she was sweeping, still coughing her lungs up.
Maybe that fruit that Lauren, your sister, brought.
No, that's definitely not what happened. Unless she's trying to force her way into the starting lineup for the Olympics, I'm not sure.
Julie Molnar, the lead, 73%, which is perhaps better than I thought.
Yeah, still not really good enough though for a lead at this level. You're looking for your numbers up where Claire Hamilton is in the 80s and into the 90s. And Vicky Adams looks like she's managed to compose herself and is ready to throw this peel.
Yep, keep on it.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
No problem with that at all.
Bakkant, 10 bakkant. 10 bakkant. Skal jeg spille 80 da? Ja. Gjør du det bra? Ja.
And Camilla Holt, she won't look back on this game with any kind of fondness, that's for sure. 40%, just not good enough.
Well, I'm just starting to wonder, Alison, if she's actually played any curling since the European Championships in 2006. It's been that disappointing. She did always play the lead, so maybe just needing to retrain for a new position. Slightly different demands on playing second to playing lead. Once again, Eve's going to peel the guards here.
I think I just tried it last time. That was giving me a little bit more.
Vicky didn't get it quite right the last time.
She's 89% though, absolutely nothing wrong with most of her game.
Good, Becky.
That's your first double corner.
She'll see that, yeah.
She's still having a good cough there.
Kan vi trykke litt til?
Ja.
Ja. Litt mer fart, da. Så får du litt mindre is.
Ja, litt mer fart. Litt mer fart. Ja.
Gjennom. Akkurat gjennom.
Vent.
Gjennom.
Vent!
Vekk. Gå vekk. Gjennom. Ja, vi må bare...
Vent! Vent!
Hvorfor ikke? Vi kan bli gøy. Vent da. Se, vent.
Får ikke litt mer.
I don't make noise! Sorry, jeg trodde det var bra is med sånn.
Oh, you go for that. I don't like that.
Hei, dere.
Slide it up. I think this.
Okay.
Just controlled.
Okay.
She then comes in and faces that other one.
Can we go right over?
I don't know. It might make...
Yes.
Okay, so now Anna Sloan's going to hit on the wing.
Control.
Playing 65%. Don't think I've
Clean.
really noticed Anna doing too much wrong here, but
She had those couple with which she said were pickups, remember?
Good, Anna.
even still they
Okay.
finished in a pretty good spot. So again, it's not curling a lot on that side of the sheet. I think it's what Eve can take out of that situation.
Okay, let's head for the Russia-Switzerland game. 6th end, 2-1 to the Russians. There you see the current scenario. Sidorova still having a think. Russia with the red stones, Swiss with the yellows.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, what you maybe can't see is that Russia are lying second shot with that stone next to Margareta Fomina's right foot. You can't see it, so maybe a chance to come through this board. I don't know if they can curl enough with enough speed to push that yellow through the house, but so it looks like they're just playing the cold drop. Meanwhile, more mistakes in our featured game from Annalena Skarsmoen.
Yeah.
So Anna Sidorova, quite a unorthodox technique, right up on her toe.
The earlier 15.
And very unorthodox when you have a hog line violation. So the red lights start flashing on that. And I think it was a steal of one for sure, and they've left a couple of stones up there to have a measure. And that's an enormous mistake from Anna Sidorova.
And a very tight game, that one. Unlike the one we've been watching.
So here comes Anna Sidorova. I was too busy watching her toe slide and didn't notice the red lights starting to flash. You should see them start to go now. And immediately the sweepers just
Thinking, oh, that's good.
pull it off.
Let go, and it's flying.
Yeah, it does happen.
Den er litt trangere på linja. Plass for det. Ja! Ja! Nei! 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 Vær med. Ja! 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 Kom igjen!
better stone from Annalena Skarsmoen. So Eve not trying anything too fancy here. She's going to try and spray both of these yellows.
Take the back red as well.
Yeah. No, don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, so all going well. If they hit this really nicely, then they could probably lie 4 and remove both of these yellow stones from the house.
Whoa.
73%. Is that an accurate reflection, do we think?
I think the Scottish top end have had a relatively good game.
Okay, okay.
That's just a half shot there, though, from Eve.
Not bad. Okay.
Don't know if she would have changed her stones at half time. She did say in the last end that she thought it might be a little bit straight, but maybe just tweak that one back the way from the target line and then curl. So after a measure back over there on sheet A after that hog line violation, it's an even bigger mistake by Anna Sidorova. Hog line violation, measure 2 for Switzerland, and Switzerland all of a sudden leading Russia by 3 shots to 2.
Det blir fint. Ja, flytt litt på den da. Men du kjører
Really was a bad mistake to make. And if that's what prevents Russia making it to the playoffs, then
Finns det om vi får flytta den
I
ned til
think they'll
frys?
be
Heads will roll.
kicking themselves.
Yep, Russia currently on 4 wins.
Hvis jeg går i den,
Switzerland on
ja det er dumt, gå
7.
i den.
Russians could do with another win, especially if the Danes
Men hvis du tar den da. Ja.
emerge victorious in their
Ja, det er ikke helt
game
gærent. Men det
against
kommer til å
Italy,
ligge noen
and they're looking good at the
dobbeltgreier
moment.
likevel, så nærmest mulig på den.
Yeah, and Sweden are
lurking
Yeah,
also.
looking like they're going to take down Latvia quite easily, so they're going to move to 5 wins. So really looking like it is a must-win game for Russia.
Jeg tror vi bare må tappe bitte litt på egen gul, ja. Sånn at den ja, bare tjukkest mulig med tifart, bare neppå den andre, for å prøve
Yeah, and Sweden, Denmark and Russia will all be big favourites in their last games against Germany, the Czech Republic and Italy. So it really is a must-win game for Russia against Meriamot. I don't think they can expect Sweden or Denmark to drop their last games.
Guard.
Yeah.
Right now, she notices that she's getting 2.
Guard.
Go here.
Yeah. Yeah. For min egen del. Det er litt sånn så veldig litt som mangler, da. Virker som det er litt sånn seire. Men når vi dro om siste stein, så hadde jeg så mye mer is enn jeg har nå.
Yeah, that yellow's right, buddy, so you guard the yellow.
Not sure what this is going to do.
Right in front of the yellows,
Cut,
guys.
but-
Right in front of the yellow.
Okay, so a decision made, they're going to throw a guard. I don't think they want to put this too close to the house. They want to leave a short run back for Mariana. Eve certainly thinks that if Norway do make a nose hit play on those yellows, then they could well score 2.
That's what, yeah, I've been giving you.
It's touch and go, where they would be able to hold the stone closest to the 4 foot.
Here's a great view, well it was, of the line.
Line's good. Halfway. 2.
Two's good.
2, 3.
Two's good. Line's good.
Line's really good. Line only. Clear.
Line's good.
Line's
Clear.
really good. 3. Make sure it's on the
Aim to get this right over the centre line. See again, not a lot of handle from Evemuir Head, so they should be able to get the curl at the finish.
Okay, good.
Okay, well sweat.
And a pretty good shot there by Eve.
That's it. Good, Eve. Good done.
Vi må vel ned med en rød. Slå rød ned.
Ja, vi må jo det. Vi må jo prøve å få uttelling for dette guloppgjøret.
So Rurvik and Skarsmoen weighing up their angles on this one.
Den veien står det jo, ja, der står det også på hvert. Spiller med posting. Ja. Ja. Og hvis den kjepper, så er ikke det helt gærent. Da er det 1. Ja. Så det er litt utside. Bare, jeg tror sånn da.
Akkurat utenfor skjepp.
Ja, jeg må litt utenfor kjepp, ja.
Ja.
Spiller bare 13,
Ja.
Ja, jeg bør ikke spille så hardt. Det er da rød gard, skrått ned i gul.
Okay, so they're going to have to hit this red
Tror jeg. Jeg tror
Probably
drengen kommer sånn at det går.
a little bit on Marin Rurvik's right-hand side of the guard.
Må prøve I hvert fall.
Let's drive it back onto the other side of the yellow and kick the stones back towards the one on the button.
It's only 45% per game accuracy. The Norwegian skip.
Litt til, da.
Bra forsøk. Er vi ferdige da? Ja.
Well, it's going to be another one for Scotland and handshakes from Norway.
There was never really much doubt after the first couple of ends. One-way traffic, a one-sided affair. Another very professional, composed performance by the Scotland women's team, and they march on. And that's them on to 8 wins and on track for top spot at the moment. Final score, Scotland 10, Norway 1.
Men de gjør alle tingene. Så det litt sånn ligge ned mot litt, så var ikke så lett da når de... Du får ikke en I bakkant, du får ikke. Men hvis vi skal ta med oss en veldig presis på de dragene.
So Scotland are going to move on to a perfect 8-0 after 8 games with just Switzerland left to complete the round robin. Norway are still rooted at the bottom of the table on 1 win, but they're playing Latvia in their last game, so not sure exactly what the permutations are, but things could soon change around and Norway could still find themselves in the mix for being in the A group next year. See a massive steal of 2 in the 6th end as we move over to Russia and Switzerland. Anna Sidorova hogging our last stone. And that's Carmen Schaefer, the Swiss third.
Pass! Leveiniger!
Miriam Ott, the 41-year-old Swiss skip. Trying to make a double takeout here, gets them both moving but won't remove that red. from the house.
Oh, sorry.
And Russia looking good for bouncing back with a deuce of their own. Anna Sidorova, the 22-year-old, managing to get that one away in time. Here you just see the difference between different releases of the stone. Anna Sidorova picked much more rotation on the stone than Eve Muirhead. That could just cause the stone to run a little bit straighter. And a really nice shot by the Russian skip, and very much looks like it's going to be a score of 2 for Russia here in the 7th.
Danny.
And here is Miriam Ott, once again the 2-time Olympic silver medalist in 2002 and 2006. Also represented Switzerland in the Olympics in 2010, but only managing to get 4th position, just outside the medals. Pretty much the most depressing place that you can finish at an international championships, getting so close to the medals, making it into the page playoffs, but not coming home with any hardware has got to be disappointing. And she does enough to lie shot here in the 7th end, but it should really just be a formality for Anna Sidorova to come down, make a nose hit. The 2012 world champions against the 2012 European champions.
Sweep, 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 sweep!
Immediately down with the brushes here. Once again gets the stone away before the hog line. Stone with that amount of handle isn't going to curl that much. It comes down onto the nose, and it's a score of 2 for the Reds of Russia. And once again, Russia lead Switzerland by 1 shot. It's Russia 4. Switzerland 3.
Тебе не давать ей боковые.
Curtains next door, Sweden and Latvia. Sweden continue to make their charge towards the playoffs, winning against Latvia by 8 shots to 1. So Sweden are going to move to 5 wins and 3 losses, and move 1 win ahead of Russia and Denmark. Looks like Denmark are pretty much definitely going to join them on 5 wins, but can Russia manage the same feat with a win over the 2012 world champs? Latvia, they're going to remain on 2 wins and 6 losses now. Still very much in the mix for going down to the B group and getting the challenge spot against the B group for a spot at the Worlds. Katie Galkina, a very uncharacteristic mistake. One of the best leads in the world of women's curling.
Først. Godt. Skønt.
So Janine Gruyère really outplaying Katarina Galkina. 88 plays 75. I'm pretty sure we'll see Galkina make sure she's not short this time.
О, есть вес же. Свип, 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 да, ниже, еще.
I always think this is a risky call when you don't have the last one going around the corner guards. Something you really need to consider carefully. The problem for the team without the hammer here is that there's nothing on the centre line and nothing for Switzerland to really worry themselves about. They could be super aggressive around this corner guard and know that if it all goes completely wrong, then worst case they're going to have a draw to the forfeit to score. So Russia perhaps just need to be a little bit careful here. It's a pretty good shot by Janine Gruyère.
Свип, свип, воу, свип, свип, да, держать, ровно.
So just rolls over a little bit. And as I said before, Switzerland don't need to worry too much about the fact they're lying 2 against, because they're both behind the corner guard, they're both in the 12-foot circle, and there's nothing on the centre line hurting Switzerland right now. So you can afford to try and come around these red stones to get something going in their favour.
Finish good. Dran blijven. Ja.
Has this got too much running? Does enough to hang around in the house, but it's in 3rd shot position, so a mistake there by Carmen Kung.
Нас два лучше.
Well, once again, Russia choosing to come around this corner guard. I would say to them, I think this is a great opportunity for them to put something on the centre line or something in a more threatening position. Carmen Kung playing 93% against Saitova's 80. They could just draw one to the edge of the forfeit on the other side, and then that would take Switzerland's attention away from this corner guard. This looks like a big mistake.
In een veerplaats.
Well, a slight adjustment required here from Carmen Kung. She just had a shot at this same drop. Wasn't punished for it by Saitova. Just Looks a little bit short of running this time, so a bit of an over adjustment. Margaret forming up. That is a slightly risky shot for me going towards the corner guard repeatedly. They need to be really careful with the stone positioning here. It's hanging high, and if they come up short at the tee line, they could well leave a double onto the wide red to sit in behind the guards. Well, it comes down hard at the end, but it was so difficult to get that in a good position. Now it's set up a freeze for Switzerland to try and start setting up the deuce.
D-line. Vestra her. Der! Der linje! Der! Først! Først! Vitter, linje! Først!
Well, lots of misses.
14-7, er is 14-2
Lots of misses from the misses. Looks like Russia are going to play a takeout on this one. Just, again, needs to be really careful.
Whoa, Sasha!
It's a comparison of the 2/3. Domina and Schaefer.
Oh, terrific shot by Fomina. Really had to make sure she had the inside of that stone.
Now the Danes faring against the Italians on GT at 6-1. Very strong position, 7th end. Italy up against it. So just the one win so far. And Denmark vying for those top positions.
Yeah, no Apollonio Gaspari combination here this year. And the Italian champions have slipped too far, I would say, and it's going to be a steal of 1 for Denmark. And after 7 ends, it's going to be Denmark 7, Italy 1.
Victory for Denmark there would take them on to 5 wins. As we look back at that shot there from Schaefer. Russia with 4 wins, Switzerland with 7, so Russia need the victory here.
Once again, content to play the takeout here. So both teams have had chances in this end. Especially the Swiss, they've just not managed to get their stones in the right position at all. But maybe that could become around by Miriamot.
Let's head to sheet C and have a look at Czech Republic against Germany. 7th end, 3 apiece. Tight game, this one. Andrea Schopp, German skip, with the last stone.
Well, I can tell you it's actually 4-3 to the Czech Republic here. And Andrea's drawing against 3 red Czech counters. One of Lehmann coming out to give it some extra muscle. And Andrea Schopp, big mistake. Over curls. And it's going to be a steal of 2 for the Czech Republic. And how important a win could that be for the Czechs if they could pull it off?
Yep, that would take them on to 4. 4 wins. Germany with just 2.
Yeah, so Czech Republic 6, Germany 3. That's another miss. Switzerland not managing to get a grip of the speed on that track around that corner guard. Now, where does Anna Sidorova go now?
It's all been happening down one side, hasn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing, when you repeatedly throw a stone down a certain line, there is a chance that it could get faster and faster. I think I would have quite liked to see Anna Sidorova play this shot earlier in the end to take Merriamont away from the corner guard. But Russia haven't really been punished for that. Switzerland having a particularly poor end here. Just looking for this one on the back side of the tee line. Oh, that's a really nice draw from Anna Sidorova. Pretty much perfect. So, assuming Merriamot's called a takeout on that stone, she could also throw a freeze to it, or if she was wanting to be particularly aggressive, she could throw one around the same draw that she just tried to play to try and set up a deuce. Oh, my apologies, this is her last stone, so of course she's going to nose hit that red stone. Even Alison's giving me funny looks right now.
Alison with the 2 skips. Draw it. Certainly been better on the draws.
This one's curling a lot. Can the supers hold it? Big mistake here. And how many is that?
They haven't played this end well at all, the Swiss.
Oh, was it 1? Was it 2? Was it 3? I'm not sure.
They moved the stones quite quickly there before we had a chance to have a good look. But it will come up on the scoreboard. The Russians have got to be happy with the way that end worked out.
Yeah, I think they've got to be very happy considering they hogged their centre line guard and had to play around the corner. It was only 1 in the end.
There's the scoreboard, 5-3 to Russia. As we move into the 9th end. Live coverage of Le Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013 in the wonderful Stormarker Arena in Stavanger in Norway. You're listening to live commentary from Logan Gray and me, Alison Walker. Moved from our featured game, which was Scotland-Norway, 10-1 victory for the Scots, to this real battle between Russia and Switzerland. Two teams vying for positions at the top of the standings. Russia in much more need of the win than Switzerland, and they do have a 5-3 lead.
Schön. Wirklich. Vliegen, Jagi. Oh, oh, oh. Gut, schön.
Alexandra Saidova for Russia, the youngest member of the team, playing in her first European Championship. Certainly not outfazed by it, although a wee shake of the head there.
Hielijn. Platz. Sehr viel Platz, weg schnell. Natuurlijk gar niet. Hielijn. Overtje. Ja. Best. Witte.
Okay, so choosing to ignore the stones on the centre line and go around the corner guard. Very well, going aggressive here in the 9th end.
Shitty, Denmark against Italy. 7-1 to Denmark, 8th end.
Adning okay? Ja. Adning kom Willem. Ja.
Still from Lenny Nielsen here, looking to claim, but is there enough on it?
I'm not too sure who's lying shot stone over there, but regardless, it doesn't change the shot selection for Italy.
Sani.
Just need to throw one into the 4-foot to score here in the 8th end, and I think that probably will be enough. Back in our feature sheet, Saitova's played a nice hit and roll in behind those stones in the centre line.
Oh, back.
So here goes the Italian skip with the last stone in this 8th end. Just looking to secure at least 1 point.
don't think it's, oh, maybe they are. The Supers have got this one just far enough to score.
Uno giallo?
Definitely one,
Possiamo finire, sono sotto di 5.
possibly two.
Merit to Nergard definitely indicating it was only one. It's going to be a 7-2 victory. Zapori has offered the hand.
Yep. Well played to Denmark.
Thank you.
Controlled that game all the way.
Thank you.
And just 1 point for the Italians. Disappointment for them. But that does move Denmark onto 5 wins. And very much in the mix. And that puts pressure on Russia with only 4 in this or the other games going on in the arena. Czech Republic and Germany and Russia against Switzerland. Still battling it out there. Margarita Fomina, the 25-year-old, Russian third. Hit and roll with the red disappearing and the yellow. Schaefer and Miriam Ott's team when they won the World Championships. Very experienced player. Very experienced team all around this.
Well, a nice stone there by Carmen Schaefer. Doesn't make a perfect freeze, but it finds itself in a nice little pocket between those two red stones, making it very hard to remove.
Russia trying to work out how they are going to get rid of that one. Yellow stone, and they've asked for a timeout. Thomas Lips comes down from the bench for his words of wisdom and advice.
Okay, so Thomas Lips, super tactician, has then indicated that it's maybe not worth going after that yellow stone in the forefoot here, but better just to limit any damage and hit this wide one, take 3 out of the equation. If Switzerland only scored 2 in this end, then Russia would still be really big favourites going into the final end. And even still, Miriam Ott would have a lot of work to do to score 2 in the end.
Sweep, sweep! Sweep! Da, 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 da! Oh! Sweep! Sweep! Da, 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 da.
Well, don't worry if you heard any alarms there. It's not the fire alarm. It's one of the sponsors' cars' emergency alarm going off. But that problem's been sorted now. Anna Siderova's just over curled on that takeout and rolled through the rings. So Merrimot's calling a freeze here, but she can really be anywhere in front of that yellow stone in a shot position. And as long as her stone sits to the left of that yellow as we look at it, then there won't be any sort of double takeout available.
Merrimot, 41 years old now, been curling forever, and still as passionate about the game and as competitive as ever.
Alison, it's not going to be a great advert for that car if its alarm keeps going off every 2 seconds. I don't think I would buy that.
Someone keeps breaking into it.
Well, a pretty good shot. Nicely played by Merrimot. But maybe, just maybe, Anna Siderova might be able to make a double and run the yellow through between those reds. She's going to have another look at it though.
Yep, the Italian team just having lost. Still watching this one, sussing out the opposition, maybe picking up some tips.
Yeah, this is their first appearance at European Championships, so who better to learn from than the reigning European and the reigning world champions playing against each other.
The hits have been good. Anna Siderova, 93%.
My apologies, of course.
Scotland are the world champions, but former world champions still, and probably up there going for the world title again next year. The Swiss.
Oh, super shot here by Anna Siderova. Manages to make both of those yellows go away, and Switzerland have been forced to score one.
Will we see a smile? Not quite yet. Very focused, Anna Siderova, very focused, and that was wonderfully executed.
Well, the mistake there by Merrimot was coming down and moving her Yellowstone. It was in a really good spot, and she just came down and tapped at her foot, and that's what made that shot possible. She could have got anywhere short of that yellow in the forefoot and still pretty much guaranteed herself a 2.
I don't know how many draws she's had in this game, but they haven't been too successful. 7 draws. Helps if I pay attention. So she's got half of them right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gebrams. Whoa.
And she made life a little bit difficult for herself there, but she does manage it. She does manage her 1. Sigh of relief. Still anyone's game here. Played 9 ends. And it's Russia 5, Switzerland 4.
Über nära. Först.
Bringing you live coverage of the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013 round robin action.
Sitter!
And we're focusing now on Russia against Switzerland. Crucial game in terms of the standings. Russia desperate for the win. Austin Walker and Logan Gray.
Рита, первый всегда.
Live commentary
Рита,
here at
первый
Seoul Market
всегда.
Arena.
4-6. Внимание.
2 games remaining in the arena. Victories already for Sweden, Denmark and Scotland.
Interesting strategy here from the Russians. I think you would see a lot of teams play a tech shot with their first stone when they're 1-up with the last stone advantage. But choosing to come around and making quite a big mistake by going back to the tee line. That red stone could well get in the way later on.
Oh, het ziet lang uit. Wow, 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 wow. Hij loopt.
Switzerland going for a
Nee. Sst. Nyt.
quite a conventional approach here with a very long guard and a very tight guard. There's certainly no double to remove both of them and roll away.
And only one other game happening in the arena now on sheet C. The Czech Republic against Germany. 6-3 to the Czechs. 9th end. Andrea Schopp with the last stone for Germany.
Нам достаточно чуть-чуть его хотя бы раскрыть.
Catches the red.
Well, you cheeky devil, Andrea. Just flicks off that top red.
Sure that's what she intended.
Okay, so it looks like they went after a tick shot that time and pushed the yellow into the house. But more importantly, they've left a centre guard.
Evert Farsadrom om. Hoće zaho. Dat heeft echt daar. Okay, time out.
Okay, so timeout's just been called. I don't think they can have a second one, can they? Oh, sorry, Thomas Lips is Russian now, not Swiss. My apologies.
I'm sure they'd like to borrow Thomas.
Yeah, it's definitely a good man to call down from a tactical perspective.
Nee. We hebben mij een knoergaten.
So the girls having a discussion as they wait for.
Now they're going to have to make do with Ken Trallenberg, rather than Thomas Lips. Also a very able coach.
And there he is.
You want to play a guard here? Because with this. On this side. I think that's a good idea.
Either way, all you gotta do is set up the house.
Okay, so we can't really hear much of what Ken Trallenberg's saying anyway, but I think he's saying that he wants a guard on this other side of the centre line. I personally wouldn't come down that close to the house. But you don't want to throw a guard in front of that red guard because then it can set up opportunities to really get a lot of the guards moving in a winner. So I totally agree that it needs to that Switzerland need to put a guard on the other side of the centre line. Ideally in a position that you don't want to set up a straightforward double takeout. maybe somewhere halfway up the free guard zone would be good here, in behind that long yellow guard. That would probably force Russia to peel the top one.
Fish now! Almost! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! 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 Oh!
Well, that was quite a lot heavier than they planned on. And that's made a massive target for this red guard to be driven into. Big mistake there by Carmen Kung, I think, although it does look pretty that they have 2 stones in around the forefoot and 1 on the button. It's absolutely not what they needed at this stage of the end.
You can see Kenneth and the alternate there looking at each other.
Yeah, that's Alina Pats on the left-hand side. She's played a couple of games this week.
Sandra Zaitova has an eye on that red. And the yellow, off it goes.
Well, in honesty, they would have preferred move the other one that was on the button, but still a good shot getting the guard off and removing one of those yellow stones.
Hvitt! Ser hvitt! Hos Feo Carla!
Okay, so quite a nice setup now for the Swiss after that. Wait, half mistake from the Russians. And they've got their yellow stones really well spread at the moment and all in a line. Of course, Russia used their timeout in the last end, so they're not going to be able to call a friend this time. They're going to have to decide for themselves.
Or go for the 50-50.
Healing.
I think I just saw some tumbleweed go by Alison. Here's Saitova pulling off this long guard, massive extension on the peel. Pretty unnecessary, I would say, for a single peel. I guess the job done.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Who would you rather be here, Russia or Switzerland?
Well, absolutely, I'd prefer be Russia when I look at the scoreboard, but as far as this end's going, I think Switzerland are definitely in good shape for a steal. Got a stone right at the top of the button that will need to be moved at some point if Russia want to score. Carmen Schaefer just hanging a little bit high with this guard and maybe a chance to make the double peel. Margareta Fauna sending down the heater here. Gets one, but not the second. And actually, the way this end's shaping up, maybe Switzerland at some stage could come round and freeze their own Yellowstone, and they could maybe even steal 2 here. So Russia really needing to find a way to make a double peel, or they could find themselves in a position where they could lose the game without going to an extra end.
Carmen Schaefer, 75% on the 13 draws.
Oh, not a good shot here by Carmen Schaefer. Far too close together on these yellow stones, and you know what, that could set up a triple takeout. Certainly if Fomina can throw it as hard as Saitova just did send one down in the out turn. They could definitely spring all 3 yellows here.
Yep, this could change this end.
Если так, он, скорее всего, пойдет в наш нижний. Если в этот, не факт, что уйдет.
You know what, the angles are great here. The one worry maybe is that they might not get the one in the button here if they're going to get this top yellow guard off. Might reverse kick past the yellow.
She's 80% on her hits. Let's see what she can do here.
Sit close to the nose. Oh, and that's a super shot by Bomina. Maybe not quite lying shot position, but still a great shot by the Russian third player. See the stones hit there, they just redirect slightly. Looked very much like it was going to go straight onto the nose, but just drags over and slides underneath that wide red.
Yep, good result for Russia.
How they would have liked it just to squeeze another couple of inches further and lie shot, and then
You always want more, Logan, you always want more.
I'm a very demanding person, Alison. Like, it's just in my nature.
Top level, top quality, the best.
Niet snug, Normetti.
Okay, so another center guard going up here.
Niet snug, niet snug, niet snug. Whoa.
And now Switzerland are very much relying on a miss from Russia. Really was a really poor guard attempt by Carmen Schaefer. Just far too much weight.
Yeah, that's the one that seems to have spoilt it for them.
So assuming that yellow are lying shot in behind that red stone, the best Switzerland are probably going to be able to do is to split the rings to lie two and hope for either a hit and roll out or a missed draw from Sidorova. And a nice spinny handle, good for peeling those guards off. Now,
You like your spinny handles, don't you?
well, it's certainly like a spinny handle better than a floaty one that's not rotating very much at all. I think you've got far more control over the stone and where they go, but it's especially useful in those situations where you're just trying to peel guards because you get a much faster reaction off the stationary stone and it makes it easy to roll your shooter away.
And this is the only game that's left because the one between Czech Republic and Germany has finished, and it is a victory for the Czech Republic, which takes them on to 4 wins, 7-4. Well played to the Czech Republic. Perhaps surprised a few people here.
Ja, bijzacht net nu. Ja, bijzacht.
But this one's still in the balance.
Aber liever nur bijzacht wie vorher vier, hè? Ich würde nur bijzacht spelen.
Well, my own personal preference here would be to force Sidorova to play against 2 here. But looks like Mary Mott just wants to block the draw in. I think I would want to make her facing game coming to the last one and force her to play a takeout and maybe get a hit and roll out. You can throw one to the other side of the forefoot from the shot stone and slightly back of the tee line. And this is way, way short.
I think our draws have been brilliant in this game.
Yeah, I can't buy into that strategy there from Mary Mott. You have to make Anna Sidorova play against the game situation there. And she's just got a free opportunity really to win the game. It's not a tough shot, but if she misses it, she's comfortable in the knowledge that she'll get an extra end. It takes a lot of the pressure off this final shot.
Yep, it's a bit of a gift. Miriam will be annoyed.
What's the relation of 4 for Dolly?
So either way, you'd rather be Anna Sidorova at this point than Miriam Ott. 6 draws, 79% of them made.
So hog to hog split times. We're looking for something around 13.5 seconds going by the other sheets.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So how does it look? 13.3, unswept, right onto the tee line. Super shot by Anna Sidorova. And a much needed win for Russia.
Yep, it could have gone either way. A couple of loose shots for a couple of members in that Swiss team in the final end, and it's cost them. But they're still in a great position. Switzerland, they're still on 7 wins, and that takes Russia onto 5, gets them into the mix. Final score and the final game: Russia 6, Switzerland 4.
Switzerland suffered their first defeat of the week, and that will not really affect them too much. They're going to go to 7-1, and if they defeat Scotland in that last round robin game, then they would have ranking over Scotland in the head-to-head result. So they can still go through number 1 in the round robin.
Yep, the pressure was definitely on Russia in that game. They needed that win to ease that pressure.
Well, they needed it to move up alongside Denmark and Sweden, who both won in this draw as well. As I said before, it was a must-win game for Russia.
Our feature game, though, Logan, was Scotland-Norway.
Yep, first end. Here's Marianne Roerbeck playing against 4 red Scottish counters. Needed to play a straight tap on a stone on the centre line and made a very good attempt at it, but it was only good enough to cut Scotland to 2, and Scotland off to a flying start. Then into the third end. Again, Marianne Roerbeck of Norway facing a whole heap of red granite in front of the 4-foot. Needed to cut the 1 foot to score, and this one was light and over curled. And no Supin in the world could get that one down there. A steal of 3, and Scotland leading 7 shots to 0 after just 3 ends. Fifth end, this was Eve Muirhead drawing for 3. Didn't really give this one a chance. Come up way short and tight. Hamilton and Adams couldn't drag that one down, but it would still be a score of 2. And at half-time, it was 9-1 for Scotland. And then another steal in the 6th end to close things up. The minimum amount of ends played, Scotland winning 10-1 against Norway and maintaining their perfect record.
There are the other results. Sheet A, Russia 6, Switzerland 4, Sweden 8, Latvia 1, Czech Republic 7, Germany 4, Denmark 7, Italy 2. And the standings after women's draw 8, Scotland on 8 wins, no losses, Switzerland 7-1, Denmark, Russia and Sweden all on 5 and 3. It's getting very close towards the bottom. Italy and Norway just the 1 win, 7 defeats. And that completes our coverage, apart from our interview. Eve, another great win, and I guess that just the journey to that top spot continues.
Yeah, it was a good solid performance out there. When you get up in the scoreboard, you know it's hard to keep your concentration, but I think we did that. We made all the simple shots well and really put us in a good position for Switzerland tomorrow.
Did you ever think they would come back at you the way it was going? Was that at the back of your mind?
Not really. I knew if we played the way we could play, I knew it would be tough for them to get back, and we just fired the pressure on. The ice, it's a tricky sheet of ice. Like, the ice is getting tricky out there, but you know, like, we're all playing well. Like, all of us are firing hard, and tomorrow morning's going to be a really crucial game actually against Switzerland, because it's basically for hammer in the 1-2 page playoff.
So what about those concentration levels? How difficult is it to keep that going when the game does pan out like that?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's easy to kind of wander and check out what's going on the other sheets, but I guess that's part of it. You know, like, I've got to keep focused, because you can silly mistakes and you can easily give up 2s and 3s out there, and especially on the kind of aggressive ice it is. One little slip up and it can cause a few mishaps. But you know, like, we kept our concentration and it was good.
It's been a really good week. Is there anything you feel anything that's bothering you, anything that's at the back of your mind thinking, I need to watch that, anything at all?
No, not really. You know, like, everything's been going good, and I think the good thing is we've been getting better and better. Like, at the start of the week, yeah, the ice was still a little bit green and a little bit tricky, but now the ice is good. We've got a good hand on the stones, and everything just seems to be going and flowing well.
Well played today again. Congratulations. Well done. Eve Muirhead, victorious Scottish skip there. Another victory for Scotland, and looking very, very good in this European Championship. We'll be back later for the men's draw.